In this video, I'm about to show you guys my top 5 favorite crankbaits. 6 cents crankbaits to be specific. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. That's right. Today I'm going to show you guys my top 5 favorite 6 cents fishing crankbaits. I've had this idea kicking around in my head for a while. I've been wanting to shoot this video and we've got a little bit of... Whoa. And as always, as soon as you start shooting a video, somebody starts blaring an extremely loud horn. It never ends. It's like they know when you turn the camera on. Anyways, as I was saying, I've had this video kicking around up in my head for a while and I've been wanting to shoot this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out today. We got a little bit of weather rolling through, lightning, thunder, all that kind of stuff going on, so can't really get out there on the lake and fish. I was gonna do an unboxing for my next video, but I'm waiting on a couple more items to arrive that are actually going to spice that video up and make it a little bit more enjoyable for you guys, so I'm gonna hold off on that. And today we're gonna go ahead and cover my top 5 favorite crankbaits. All 6 cents fishing heaters, of course. As you guys may know, I've been riding with Team 6 for a while and I've had a chance to put all the baits that I'm going to talk to you about in this video through their paces, and I've had quite a while to think about what my top 5 would be if I had to pick, so that's what we're gonna do in this video. Really quick before we get into that, if this is your first time watching, if you like what you see, if you have fun hanging out with me here in this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on a mission, trying to hit 100,000. We're about to hit 14K any minute now. We are at 13,900 plus at the time of me shooting this video. So it's gonna happen soon. We're gonna hit 14,000 and I would love to have you guys riding along with what we got going on over here. As soon as we hit 14K, we'll color in another one of these bars right here. But my ultimate goal is to color in this whole bar, hit that 100,000 and obtain the elusive YouTube silver play button. So if you have fun hanging out with me today, consider subscribing to the channel and turn those notification bells on so you catch on my future content. I put out new fishing videos here all the time, both from here in front of the tackle wall and out there on the water fishing. There's a lot of content here on the channel for you to go check out. If this is your first video after you get done with this one, go back and cruise through that video library, and if you like what you see, sub to the channel, help me grow this beast, much appreciated. But enough of that, let's go ahead and get off into the crankbait video. So my top 5 favorite crankbaits, I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 style, bottom to top, top to bottom, however you want to say it. Even though all of these crankbaits could easily hold the #1 spot, these are my personal picks. If I had to put a number on each one of these and pick only 5 that I could ride with, these would be the crankbaits right here. I'm gonna go in order, 5 to 1, and just show you guys the selections I made for this list right here. Coming up first at number 5 on the list, it was hard for me to choose this one. I was rocking back and forth in between the Cloud9 C6 and the Cloud9 C15, but I landed right in the middle on the Cloud9 C10. This is the Cloud9 series from 6 Cents Fishing. They're deeper diving crankbaits, and this is the Cloud9 C10. It dives 8 to 12 feet. This particular one right here is the sexified chartreuse shad color, and I picked this for my number 5 crankbait. Right now, it's summertime, deeper cranking is the deal. A lot of guys out there right now throwing the C15, the C20, and the more deeper diving stuff, but generally, you guys may have noticed, I'm like a bank beater, a power fisherman, and I stay from that 0 to 25 foot range. So the C10 is perfect for me. I can still get it up there close to the bank and work it back out into deeper water, burn it fast and really grind on it with some lighter line to get it down there to that 12 foot mark if I want to. The C10 is a really versatile, deeper diving crankbait, and that is why I selected it for my number 5. Like I said, we're in the middle of summer right now. I've been throwing this a lot and it's just a winner. The Cloud9 series was tough not to go with the C6 or the C15, but I have other stuff that's gonna cover that 6 foot range here on the list, and I think the C10 is probably one of the most versatile picks out of the whole Cloud9 lineup. Really awesome bait right there, man. That is my number 5, the Cloud9 C10, sexified chartreuse shad. Say that 10 times fast. One of my favorite colors from them. Really gets the fish worked up, and it's just an awesome bait. Number 5, Cloud9 C10, deeper diving crankbait. I would normally throw this on like the Cloud9 Cranker Lux Series rod, or even the 8 foot Lux Series rod, my swim bait rod. You can get away with throwing that on either one of those. Want to have a nice moderate action rod, but with some power to it when you're throwing these deeper diving crankbaits, especially when you get up into that C15 category. There's a look at the C15, just one step above the C10. Why not go ahead and throw it in there? That's an awesome color, man, 4K Gizzard. But now we're gonna move on to spot number 4, my 4th favorite crankbait right now. We're gonna hop all the way into the other side of the spectrum, and we're gonna go super shallow. We're gonna go finesse cranking. A lot of people ask me, hey, I'm a pond fisherman, what crankbait would you recommend for throwing in a pond? My answer is without a doubt, the Curve 55 Finesse Square Bill. This thing right here is a producer all year round, all water conditions. This thing right here gets it done. I've caught a ton of fish on this crankbait. There we go. Nice. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. Get the net, get the net, get the net. It's a good fish. Yes. Yes, boys. And that is why I selected it for my number 4 spot on the list. This is 4K shad, one of my absolute favorite colors. If you have shad in your lake or your pond or wherever you're fishing small bait fish, tough to beat. This right here is another great option, especially if you're fishing in a pond where the bass are feeding on bluegill. This is that backwater bluegill, the Curve 55 Finesse Squarebill. I throw this thing right off the bank up in super shallow water and it just gets smoked. And it's not just by the little guys. I've caught some big fish on this thing. Yeah, he can't. There he is. There he is. Nice. Yes. Yes, look at that, dudes. Got him. He did come back. I'll take that. I'll take that right there all day, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Boom. I always have a lot of fun fishing this. I will throw this crankbait on a medium power rod, something with a little bit more of a parabolic bend to it. The Sensory series 7-foot 2-inch medium action rod has been great for me lately for throwing these smaller profile square bills. That's my number 4 on the list right there. If I had to put them in order, you know, all these crankbaits are number 1 stunner. They're all great, but my number 4 pick had to go to the Curve 55 Finesse Square Bill. A little bluegill action, a little shad action, something to cover all the bases. Like I said, I'll throw this up super shallow. This crankbait dives 1 to 3 feet, so you're gonna be beating the banks with this thing, power fishing up shallow, looking for that reaction strike, and it's such a fun square bill crankbait to throw. If you're out there fishing a pond and you're bound and determined to try a crankbait, look into the Curve 55 Finesse Square Bill, and that's my number 4 pick for my top 5 6th Sense fishing crankbaits. All right, now we're gonna move into number 3. It's getting more and more difficult for me to put these in their place. Number 2 and number 3, I bounce back and forth on what to put where, and honestly, spots 2 and 3 are almost interchangeable. They're so close, but for number 3, I had to go with the Crush Flat 75X. This right here is the Shad Scales color. This bait is 5/8 ounce, and I have stuck some monstros on this exact color, this exact bait right here. It's a nice fish. This is a nice fish, dudes. This is a nice fish. Oh my God, this is a PB. Oh my God, this is a PB. Oh my God, grind her in. Just grind her in, please stay on. Oh my God, guys, this is a PB, please stay on. Get the net. She's in the net. She's in the net, I got her. Cameras are running. Whew. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. I got her, she's in the net, guys, she's in the boat. Oh my gosh. Dude. All right, one last look at that. 5 pounds. 0.26. This is an awesome post-spawn crankbait. I practically fish this the same way that I fish that Curve 55 Finesse. I'll throw it up shallow, try to burn it as fast as I can, get it down there clicking and clacking on the bottom, making bottom contact, creating a commotion, fishing it fast, looking for that reaction strike. And that Shad Scales is a killer. Realistic looking scales on there. A couple more colors I want to show you. Right now it's summertime and the bluegill spawn is going on, so I will not hesitate to throw the Crush Flat 75X in the summertime, especially in a pattern like this. This is bluegill fire, really supreme looking. Looks like a custom painted bluegill pattern, but it's not custom painted. You know the deal from the 6, heaters only. All their baits look custom painted, even though they aren't. And that right there is a smoke show of a bluegill paint job. Look at that thing, man. Bluegill spawn, cracking off in the summer. Beat this thing around up shallow, get smoked by a donkey. One more I want to show you. This right here is a really good color, especially in like the end of winter, early summer, or even in the early fall when they're smoking the reds, hitting the red colors. This right here is the Brown Eye Special. I don't know what it is, but something about this color just gets them fired up, and I love to throw this color in the cooler months. The Crush Flat 75X coming in at spot number 3 of my top 5 6th Sense fishing crankbaits. Man, it was really hard not to put this one in at spot number 2. Like I said, man, 2 and 3 really close, almost running head to head, but I had to give spot number 3 to the Crush Flat 75X. Check this one out if you're looking for a very versatile square bill and you don't know which one to pick. The Crush Flat 75X is a flat out producer. All right, now we're getting into the top of the list, rounding out the last 2 spots now. This next bait right here, if I could only have one crankbait to take with me, if I didn't know where the fish were gonna be, a little deeper, a little shallower, if I wasn't sure what the lake was doing, this is the crankbait that I would pick. I'm talking the Curve 55. This thing right here, it's another smaller profile crankbait, but it's got a larger lip on it. It's a medium diver, dives 5 to 9 feet. You can fish it shallow, or you can burn it, fish it fast, get it down there deeper, and create a reaction strike down there on the bottom. This is another crankbait that I've caught a ton of fish on. Fishing it in these super realistic crawfish patterns like this, that's the live crawfish, or in the green pumpkin crawfish colors like this. Let me open this thing up and let you get a closer look at this ghost brown craw. This is like a green pumpkin yellow with a really awesome lavender sheen to it. You see that lavender popping out at you there? Really awesome color there. That's that ghost brown craw. Curve 55, man. Such an awesome crankbait. Also, the Spanish bone is a deadly pattern. You guys know I love this color. I've been out there throwing the Spanish bone catwalk a lot lately. You guys have seen me fishing that bait, and the Spanish bone is an awesome shad imitator for all water clarities. Murky water, clear water, doesn't matter. It seems like this color just gets them going. And the Curve 55 is an awesome bait to cover a lot of water with. Shallow, a little bit deeper. It's got that wide wobble to it when you fish it, sort of like a wiggle wart style bait. And the Curve 55, man, if I could just have one crankbait to take with me, without a doubt, it would be this one right here. If you're looking to get into crankbait fishing and you want to do something other than just square bills, I think this is the optimum option. The Curve 55 is a straight killer, man. Up shallow and out there a little bit deeper, this thing just gets it done, and that is why it is coming in at spot number 2 here on my list of my top 5 favorite 6th Sense fishing crankbaits. There's one last look at those heaters. All right, we are ripping and rocking through the list now, and we are about to come up on spot number 1, my number 1 favorite crankbait from 6th Sense Fishing, and I bet you guys can probably guess it. But really quick, before I show you guys this bait, I gotta mention, if you're interested in supporting the channel and scooping any of these awesome crankbaits that you see here in this video for yourself at the same time, while also saving some money, check out 6th Sense Fishing, 6thsensefishing.com, and use my code JR10 at checkout. That's gonna give you 10% off of everything on the website. It is also an excellent way to help support the channel and enable us to continue to do what we do over here. If you like the videos, if you enjoy the content, consider supporting by subscribing and using that code with 6th Sense Fishing. And as always, anyone who uses my code gets a shout out on Instagram. So if you happen to place an order and you use that JR10 for the win to scoop up some of those heaters, take a screenshot of the confirmation email that you're gonna receive from 6th Sense, hop on over to Instagram at the Justin Royal, follow me and shoot me a little screenshot with your confirmation, and I will give you a shout out on my Instagram story. I love to give that public recognition, just a way for me to say thank you to each and every person who chooses to use the code and support the channel. Much love to everybody who has already done so. I see you and I thank you. But enough of that, let's go ahead and finish off the list, man. I know you guys are ready to see my number 1, my favorite crankbait. My number 1, dude, without a doubt, hands down, my favorite crankbait from 6th Sense is the Crush 50X. The Crush 50X square bill. Caught one of my previous personal best bass on this bait, and when it comes to crankbaiting, this is the bait that I credit for helping me fall in absolute love with the technique. I fished a lot of ponds growing up, fished a lot of water with a bunch of hazards, never had any luck on a crankbait, but once I got a boat, once I could get out and access deeper water, and once I got a rod that was suited for throwing a crankbait, started doing it the right way and learning how to use crankbaits properly, and I started catching fish on this bait, and it made me fall in absolute love with crankbait fishing. It has become one of my most favorite ways to catch fish, and the Crush 50X is responsible. They also make a Crush 50S, the silent version, which I also throw all the time. If they're not getting bit on the rattles, consider switching it up and throwing a silent crankbait, because sometimes something that doesn't make any noise gets them just as fired up as something that has rattles in it. This right here is the Shad Streaker color, and I absolutely love throwing the Crush 50X. Here's another one in a really awesome color. This is that same shad scales color that I showed you earlier. Realistic looking scales on there. Awesome shad imitator, straight heater. Heaters only from the 6, you know the deal. This color, a little bit more toned down, sexified chartreuse shad, same as the C10 that I showed you, but this right here has been a dominator for me. If I'm having trouble getting bit on a square bill, I would throw this right here in the Crush 50S version, silent, and it just gets tore up. Dude, I've caught so many fish on this crankbait right here in this color. There's another one. They're right here chasing bait. This is a nicer fish. He's fighting. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Come on. That's a nice fish. Come on, buddy. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Chunky fall dragging. Awesome, man.
Me and Cooper out here getting it done.
Also, the Spanish bone. That PB that I mentioned a minute ago, this is the exact bait that I caught it on right here. I mean, this one right here. Got it hanging off the tackle wall. That way I don't ever get it hung up and lose it. Previous PB was like 6 3/4 pounds. Out there fishing with my buddy Jay gone fishing. Hammered a PB on this thing. Fishing a body of water that was new to me. Got out there and got it done with the Spanish bone Crush 50X.
Yeah, dude, this is good right here. This little rock ledge there. They're pushing stuff up on this point. Doing work. Oh, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. Yes. This feels like a nice fish. Yep, it's a nice fish. Oh my God. Jay, come on, Jay. Jay, come on. Jay, come on. Come on, Jay. Jay. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Please, bro. Please. Please, bro. Please. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jay, my heart is racing. Oh my God.
Oh, you got him.
Dude.
Choked it.
Dude.
That's a 7.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life. I just caught my PB. I just caught my PB. I just caught my PB. Guys, Jay, I just caught my PB, dude. I'm saying it now with confidence.
And you guys know the deal. It wouldn't be a crankbait video. It wouldn't be a Crush 50X breakdown if I didn't mention this bad boy right here. This is the Radiation Craw Crush 50X. Oh, Chester Cheeto. If you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I've caught a lot of fish on this bait. It's one of my absolute favorite. If I had to pick one color, it would be this one right here. I can't wait until fall time rolls around. I can start throwing Chester Cheeto around again. It's an absolute dominator. It looks a little funny outside of the water with all the gold and orange, but once this thing gets underwater, it transforms into one of the most natural looking patterns I've ever seen, and it is just hands down lightning. They tear it up, man. They smash it. As you can see, this one has been completely chewed up, totally wrecked by fish over and over. I can't tell you how many fish I've caught on this exact bait right here. This is another bait that I've got hanging off the tackle wall because I just don't want to lose it. I've done so well with it. It's put in its work and it had to be retired. Such an awesome bait. My favorite crankbait from the 6 right here, the Crush 50X. Radiation Craw, my #1 color. Such an awesome bait, man. Super heater. Shout outs to Chester Cheeto, man. You guys know the deal. Heaters only. And that right there is my list. My top 5 favorite crankbaits from 6th Sense Fishing. It was tough to have to leave some baits off the list. I enjoy fishing with all the 6th Sense Fishing crankbaits. They're all awesome. But if I had to narrow it down to just 5 and put them in order, those would be the 5 right there. Really quick here, let's go ahead and review the list. Number 5 spot, the Cloud9 C10. Number 4 spot, the Curve 55 Finesse on the other end of the spectrum. Shallow water, square bill fishing, gets them fired up. If you had to have one to use in a pond, this will be the one I would suggest. Number 3, the Crush Flat 75X. One of their most versatile crankbaits. Awesome action on this thing, gets them absolutely jacked, and they smash this bait, especially that brown eye special. Caught some really nice fish on this bait, and that's my number 3 favorite crankbait from 6th Sense Fishing. Coming in towards the top of the list at spot number 2, if I could only have one to take with me anywhere I went, it would be the Curve 55. Absolutely love this bait, and this is another one that I've caught a ton of fish on, especially when they're sitting out there just a little bit deeper in that mid-depth range. Tough to beat a Curve 55. Wiggle wart style wobble to this. Really unique action. Diving 5 to 9 feet, covering a wide range of depth in the water. Love the Curve 55. That's spot number 2. Spot number 1, you know the deal. The Crush 50X or S. Square bill crankbaits. Rattles or silent. Tough to beat these bad boys. Straight heaters. And these are 2 of my favorite colors right here. The Spanish bone, the Radiation Craw. You guys know the deal. Heaters only. And that is my top 5 favorite 6th Sense Fishing crankbaits. But wait, there's more. That's right, I have some more baits set off to the side here, and we're gonna call this the oddball section. I'm gonna go through a few more crankbaits that I have hanging off the tackle wall over here and just show them to you guys for fun, because why not? We were just talking about the Crush 50X, and it is a nice, smaller profile size square bill crankbait, but if you wanna go big and you wanna draw out that big bite, it's tough to overlook that Cloud9 Mini Mag. This is the Gizzard Shad Cloud9 Mini Mag. Dives 3 to 6 feet. It's a 7/8 ounce bait, and it is a larger profile square bill. Check that thing out. If you're looking to draw out the bigger bite, this is a great great option, but smaller fish also smash it too. I've caught regular sized bass on this thing, and it also gets the big ones that come out and eat when you're looking to imitate a larger style shad. That right there is an awesome option. That's the Cloud9 Mini Mag. There it is compared to the size of the palm of my hand, the big dog, Cloud9 Mini Mag. Not to be overlooked, man. It's a producer. Excellent square bill option if you want to throw something a little bigger. Next up in the oddball section, this one's way out there. This is the hybrid swim crank. It's like a mix between a glide bait, wake bait, and a crankbait. Got a little lip on there, section body. This is that Jank Juice color. Shout outs to the bait man. And that is another super unique option if you want to throw something a little different when it comes to cranking. Still a crankbait, still got a lip on there. That's the 6th Sense hybrid swim crank. Awesome bait. Rolling back over to the big square bills, man. If you don't want to throw the mini bag, but you don't want to throw the Crush 50X and you're looking for something right in the middle, this Crush 100X is the perfect option. And this Tiger Truce right here is such an awesome, unique color. If you're in murky water and you need something that really stands out, or if you want to see if you can fire up a fat smallmouth and get them to hit that thing, that Tiger Truce, man, it's a smoke show. Such a supreme heater of a paint job. Tough to beat that bad boy right there, man. Check out those eyes. That's the Crush 100X. That's running somewhere in between the Crush 50X and the Cloud9 Mini Mag. Dives 2 to 5 feet, and it's another awesome square bill option. Next up in the oddball category, this is a bait that I saw Ben Milliken catch an absolute monstro on, so I had to go out and order me some. This is the Swank 77X, 3/4 of an ounce, really unique crankbait. Got a little bit of a different shaped lip on it. Got that L shape going on there on the bill, and it's got a really wide wobble in the water, creates a lot of commotion. You see it's really loud, got some knockers in there, making a lot of noise. And that is the Pro Red color right there. That'll get them fired up when they're smoking the reds. There's another oddball option from the 6. They have so many different baits, so many different awesome colors, something out there for everybody. Supreme heaters only. You know the deal. JR10 for the win. That's what's up, man. The Swank 77X. Next up in the oddball category, I got a couple more I want to show you. The Movement 80. Both the Movement 80 and the Movement 80 Wake are some unique crankbait options from the 6. The Movement 80 is gonna dive 1 to 3 feet, and the Movement Wake is gonna dive 0 to 1 feet. So we're talking shallow crankbait style fishing right here. One of them technically is a wake bait, the other one is a super shallow diver. The Movement 80X and the Movement 80 Wake. 2 more oddballs that I had to throw in the video. But wait, there's more. Last but not least, I wanna show this one to you guys. Some of you guys have probably seen this bait before. It's been getting a lot of attention online. They've been coming in, selling out, restocking, selling out again. The Axis 2.0 from 6th Sense Fishing. This is that innovative heater. It's got a metal lip on it. It's pinned in the center, and the lip actually moves back and forth, creates a really unique wide motion in the water. This thing kicks, and it's such a different style of crankbait. I've thrown this thing a few times right at the end of crankbait season. You guys haven't seen it much because I actually haven't caught a fish on it yet. It's a really super unique square bill crankbait, metal lip, really innovative heater coming at you from the 6. That's the Axis 2.0, and I had to show it to you guys in this video since we're talking crankbaits, man. Super popular bait. Everybody been scooping these things up. See that? Awesome, man. Awesome back and forth action. It swings wide in the water. Looks really cool. And that is the last of the oddball baits, and that is going to go ahead and finish up the crankbait video. Those are my top 5 favorite 6th Sense fishing crankbaits, and a look at some of the oddballs that I couldn't include in the list because, like I said, I had to pick 5, and it was a tough job picking 5 and putting them in order, but I was able to do it and break it down for you guys. I hope the breakdown actually helped you make some decisions on what crankbaits you should buy, figure out what you want to throw in the conditions that you're fishing, and the scenarios that you'll be going into when you head out onto the water. But I'm telling you guys, I've caught fish on every bait on the list, and they are all heaters only. I love crankbait fishing. It's some of the most fun that you can have on the water. If you haven't done much of it, I would consider picking up that Crush 50X, get you a medium power, moderate action rod, and go throw that thing around. And as soon as you start catching fish on it, man, I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Some of the most fun you can have fishing. One of my absolute favorite ways to catch them. And I know that if you scoop up some of these heaters and you go out there and try it, you will fall in love with it too. If the video helped you, if you enjoyed the list, if you liked hearing me break down my top 5 favorite crankbaits, please consider subscribing to the channel. Ride with me, hang out, help me color in the bar, get that silver play button. I would love to have you guys on board with what we have going on over here. And as I mentioned, you can scoop up all of these heaters, everything on the list, plus all the oddballs available now on 6thsensefishing.com. And you can save 10% off of your entire order by using my code JR10 at checkout. Also, they have some really nice rods on the website for throwing crankbaits, surf around, and if you use that code to buy a rod, you're gonna save a good little chunk of change. One other thing I wanna mention about 6th Sense Fishing, the summer 2020 edition of the Royal Sack just dropped. That is a bag full of hand hand-selected summertime heaters that I picked out to bundle together, bring to you at a discounted price. If you scoop up the Royal Sack, you can still use my JR10 code. A lot of you guys have been asking me about the springtime edition of the Royal Sack. They all sold out, but me and 6th Sense got together and created the 2020 summer edition, and that is now live and direct in full effect on 6thsensefishing.com for all of you guys to pick up if you choose to do so. If you like what you're seeing and you would like to scoop up some baits for the summer, it is an excellent way to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, I have a bunch of information down below in the description. Go down there, cruise around, read around, and just take a look at that information, and you guys can see multiple ways to save money. Scoop yourself some heaters, get yourself some Waterland sunglasses, the same fishing eyewear that I wear every time out there on the water. Multiple ways to save money and support the channel at the same time. I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I hope you're all staying safe, sane, and healthy out there in this crazy world that we're living in. That's about all I got for you today, man. That about does it. About wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the next one.